English Snacks.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Snacks, the podcast where we serve you short, tasty bites of the English language. I'm Michael, and I'm here with my co-host, Kendra. Kendra, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, Michael. Thank you. I have to say, I've been looking forward to this episode all week because last time you left everyone with a little teaser. You said we had an idiom coming up that sounds polite, but can actually be quite sarcastic. I hope our listeners are ready for this one.
I hope so too, because honestly, this might be one of the most surprising idioms we cover on this podcast. Before we get into it though, let's quickly check in with our listeners. If you were with us last episode, we learned the idiom, "It's raining cats and dogs." Did you try using it this week? Drop a comment and tell us. Did anyone actually use it in a real conversation?
I actually used it. I was texting a friend about meeting up and I wrote, "I can't come outside right now. It's raining cats and dogs." And my friend replied, "What does that mean?" So I had to explain it, which was actually good practice for me.
That is honestly the best way to learn. Use it, confuse someone, then explain it. All right, let's get into today's idiom. Are you ready?
I am so ready. Let's go.
Okay, today's idiom is bless your heart.
So when I first heard that, I thought, that sounds really sweet, like someone is being very kind and warm. Am I wrong?
You are not completely wrong, and that's exactly what makes this idiom so fascinating. Sometimes, bless your heart is genuinely warm, but sometimes, and this is the part that surprises people, it means the exact opposite. It can be a very polite way of saying something quite unkind.
Wait, so the same three words can mean two completely different things?
Exactly. And this is our big did you know moment for today. Did you know that in English, the same words can have opposite meanings depending on how you say them? The words don't change, the tone changes, the pause changes, the pitch changes, and the context changes. And suddenly, something that sounds like a compliment is actually a quiet insult.
Okay, let's break this down properly. Michael, let's start with the kind version. When is bless your heart genuinely warm?
Great question. When it's sincere, bless your heart is a way of expressing warmth, affection, or sympathy for someone. It's like saying, "You're so sweet," or "I feel for you." For example, imagine your little sister spent 3 hours making you a birthday cake, and it came out a little crooked and the frosting is sliding off. You'd look at it and say, "Oh, bless your heart. You worked so hard on this."
That's really sweet. So in that case, it means I see your efforts, I appreciate it, I care about you.
Perfectly said. And here's another sincere example. If a friend tells you something sad happened to them, you might reply, "Bless your heart. I'm so sorry you went through that."
Okay, Michael, now I want to hear the other side, because honestly, this is the part I find most interesting and probably a little dangerous for English learners.
Yes, a little dangerous is a good way to put it. Okay, so when bless your heart is used sarcastically, it's a very indirect way of saying you're not very smart, or that was a silly thing to do, or even I don't agree with you at all, but I'll keep smiling. It sounds polite, it even sounds kind, but the feeling behind it is very different.
Can you give us an example? I think an example really helps here.
Of course. Imagine someone is telling a story about how they got completely lost driving to the supermarket, a place they have visited 100 times, and a friend responds, "Oh, bless your heart." On the surface, it sounds sympathetic, but actually they're thinking, how do you get lost going there?
Oh, wow, that is so sneaky. It's like wrapping an insult in a bow and handing it to someone nicely.
That is the perfect description, Kendra, an insult wrapped in a bow. I might have to coach you on that.
Okay, so this brings us to one of the most important lessons in English, and honestly, something that's not taught enough. Michael, can you explain what's actually happening here? Because the words are identical in both versions, so what changes?
Yes, this is so important. What changes is 3 things: tone, pause, and pitch. Let's look at each one. First, tone. Tone is the emotion you put into your voice. When bless your heart is sincere, the tone is soft, warm, maybe even a little slow, like a hug in words. When it's sarcastic, the tone is flatter, lighter, almost too calm. There's a slight distance in it.
And the pause. Can you explain that? Because I've noticed even a tiny pause can completely change the feeling of what someone says.
Exactly right. A pause is like punctuation, but spoken out loud. When someone says, "Oh, bless your heart," with a little pause before it, that pause is doing a lot of work. It tells you the speaker is processing something, deciding what to say, or holding back a stronger reaction. Learners sometimes miss this completely because in a textbook, a pause doesn't appear on the page. But in real conversation, it changes everything.
And what about pitch? I think this one might be a little harder to explain, but really useful for learners.
Pitch is the high or low quality of your voice. In English, when we're being warm and genuine, our pitch often rises a little. It goes slightly up at the end of the phrase, especially on the word heart. It sounds open and welcoming. But in the sarcastic version, the pitch stays flat or it drops slightly on heart. That small drop signals something closed, less warmth, more distance. Let me show you the contrast. Sincere version, bless your heart. Warm tone, soft delivery, slight rise on heart, voice goes slightly up. Sarcastic version, oh, bless your heart. Flat tone, pause before phrase, voice stays level or drops on heart.
So, Michael, here's a question I have, and I think our listeners will have this too. If someone says this to me, how do I actually know which version they mean? Because I might not be able to hear the pitch difference yet. What else can I look at?
This is such a good question, and the honest answer is you look at the context. Context means the situation around the words. Ask yourself, what just happened in the conversation before this phrase was said? If someone just told a story about something sweet and kind, bless your heart is probably sincere. But if someone just said something a little foolish, made a small mistake, or said something the other person clearly disagrees with, and then you hear bless your heart, that's usually the sarcastic version.
So it's like read the room, as they say, which is actually another idiom, right? We'll save that one for another episode.
Yes, read the room is definitely going on the list. But you're absolutely right. Context is everything in English, especially with idioms that carry double meanings. Let's also take a moment to look at the grammar here, because there's something useful. Bless your heart uses an imperative form. That means it's a command or a wish directed at someone. Bless is the verb, your is the possessive pronoun, and heart is the noun. But notice, in English, we often use this structure to express emotion, not just commands. Good luck. Take care. Rest well. These all use the same structure, verb, pronoun or adjective, noun, and they all express a wish or feeling for someone.
Oh, that's actually a really nice connection. So, bless your heart belongs to the same family as take care or have fun, phrases that feel more like warm wishes than direct commands.
Exactly. And you can also move it around in a sentence. Instead of saying it directly to someone, you can use it to talk about someone else. Bless his heart, he really tried. Or, bless her heart, she had no idea. So the structure is flexible.
Okay, let's practice saying this out loud because remember, pronunciation and how you say something is just as important as what you say. Michael, can we do a slow version first?
Absolutely. Slowly first with each word clearly. Bless your heart. Now at a natural, relaxed speed. Bless your heart. Notice how your and heart connect a little. Your heart almost sounds like one smooth phrase. And bless gets a little extra weight because it's the most important word in the phrase. It carries the emotion.
Listeners, please pause us right now and say it out loud. Try it warm and slow first. Bless your heart. Now try the flat deadpan version with a small pause. Oh, bless your heart. Can you feel the difference even as you say it? That feeling in your own voice is exactly what native speakers are picking up when they hear it.
All right, here's our challenge for this episode. We want you to write 2 sentences in the comments. One that uses bless your heart in a genuine, warm way, and one that uses it in a sarcastic way. You can make up a small story around it, just like we did today. And if you want a bonus challenge, try to show the pause in your writing. You can use dots, like, oh, bless your heart. That pause on paper helps your reader feel what you mean.
I love that challenge, and honestly, it's also a great writing exercise because thinking about how tone sounds in written form makes you a better communicator in both speaking and writing. Two skills for the price of one.
That's the English snacks philosophy right there. Always getting more than you bargained for.
Before we wrap up, let's do a quick summary of everything we covered today so our listeners can take it with them.
Perfect. Today's idiom was bless your heart. It can be sincere and warm, like saying, you're so sweet, or I feel for you. Or it can be gently sarcastic, a polite way of saying, that wasn't very smart, or I disagree, but I'll stay polite about it. The words are the same. The meaning changes through tone, pause, and pitch. We also looked at context, how the situation around the phrase tells you which version you're hearing. And grammatically, the possessive can change. Your, his, her, their. But bless stays the same.
And the big lesson underneath all of this, the one that goes beyond just this idiom, is that English meaning doesn't always live in the words. It lives in the space between the words, in the pause, in the pitch, in the expression on someone's face. The more you listen to real English conversations, the more you'll start to feel that.
Beautifully said, Kendra. I couldn't add anything to that if I even tried.
Bless your heart, Michael.
See, you used it sarcastically just now, didn't you? Was that the warm version or the other one?
I'll let the listeners decide.
All right, everyone. That's a wrap on this episode of English Snacks. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We genuinely love making these episodes for you. If today's conversation helped you learn something new, please leave us a like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And drop your 2 sentences in the comments, one warm and one sarcastic. We read every single one.
Stay tuned for that.
Yes, keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, in English, it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye for now.